Welcome back to Copper Star Precision, the channel dedicated to getting you more points at your competitive shooting matches. Have you set any goals for the 2024 competitive shooting season? If you haven't, you should, because it's going to help you score more points. I think it's really important to set goals for yourself so that you can become a better shooter, but they have to be SMART goals. If you haven't heard of SMART goals before, we're going to go over it and give you some examples of what you can work on this year. So, what is a SMART goal? A SMART goal is something that is specific, it is measurable, it's achievable, i.e., it's realistic, it's relevant to what you're trying to accomplish, and time based. It's one thing to set a vague goal like, I want to do better at matches this year, but if you set a SMART goal, something that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time based, it would be something like, I want to place in the top 5 at a monthly match in 2024 with a match percentage of at least 90%. It's specific, you can measure it by keeping track of your scores on something like practice score. It may be achievable for you, it may not. You may have to adjust the goal up or down based on your skill set. It is relevant if your goal is to become a better shooter in 2024, and it is time based. You have the year to do it. And we'll talk about sort of setting stretch goals if you accomplish your goals early in the year, so you always have something you're working towards. What's important here is the specificness, right? Top 5 doesn't mean much, but when we add that match percentage of at least 90%, if there's only 5 people in a match, you're going to be top 5, but are you within 90% of the winner of the match, or are you going to win the match? So you got to be specific in your goals. So in addition to specific SMART goals, you can also look at positive affirmations. So let's go over some areas of improvement that you may want to cater your goals and tailor your goals around. Now, I'm also going to challenge you down in the comments to hold yourself accountable and put down your goals. Write them down in the comments, come back to this video in a year and see if you actually achieve those goals. But what are some areas of improvements that we can all work on to some extent? One, first and foremost, the fundamentals of marksmanship. So you can have an affirmation that says, I will execute the fundamentals of marksmanship on every shot, which means breath control, trigger control, follow through, target acquisition, lining everything up, all of that stuff. Set yourself a positive affirmation before every match to do the fundamentals. Something like speed of target acquisition can be a specific goal, a SMART goal. So at the start of each stage in a match, I will be in a stable position on target and able to break a good clean shot within the first 15 seconds. Maybe it's 20 seconds, maybe it's 10 seconds, but it is measurable because there's a time component to it. And it's very specific about something that you want to accomplish. And maybe you're having problems with speed of target acquisition. That's costing you to time out on a stage. It's costing you points. So it's definitely relevant and it could be attainable depending on your skill level. Again, you can adjust that sort of time in order to cater it to your skill level. Efficient movement is definitely something that we can always work on. So an affirmation could be that I will move efficiently between positions. Remember that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So you shouldn't be flailing around trying to get into position. You should move with purpose, you should move with efficiency, and you can get on target faster, and you can transition between positions faster. Time management is another big aspect of this sport. A goal could be not timing out on a stage or multiple stages or any stage at a match, depending on your skill level. Some continued areas of improvement could be match strategy. You can affirm to yourself that I will enter a stage or a match with a clear strategy and then keep detailed notes about what did or did not work. So you might go into with a plan might go to crap. If it does, it's a learning experience. If your plan worked, it might still be able to be improved upon. So keep notes on what went well, what didn't go well, and try and focus on the positives of each stage at a match. An obvious SMART goal could be that I will place in the top X positions or I will score Y points during a match or during a single stage. Maybe you're someone who struggles to clean a stage of fire. One stage, maybe it's 10 shots, you're always getting 6 out of 10. Set a goal for 7 out of 10. And once you reach that goal, you can set a goal for 8 out of 10. And you just keep working your way up. But it's important to keep track of this so it's measurable and that you can compare and see how you're progressing throughout the sport. So here are some of my goals, and I want you guys to hold me accountable as well. So for NRL 22, it's probably what I'm most focused on right now. So of the 3 NRL 22X matches that I plan to attend, one in January, one in February, and one in March, which I will bring you match footage from all of them, I want to place in the top 10 at least one match, and hopefully all of them. And if I reach my top 10 goal, I want to be top 5. And if I reach that goal, I want to be top 3. And if I reach that goal, I want to win the match. It's going to take a lot of work, and we're going to go over the steps I'm going to take for training and getting there. And let's see if I'm able to accomplish it. I also want to qualify for NRL 22 Nationals with a top score of 600 points. So if you don't know, You take your top 6 scores out of the course, all the courses of fire that you compete over the season. And so a perfect score would be 100. So they take your top 6. So a perfect score would be 600. So I've already won 4 matches this season. Before this season, I had never won a match. So you can kind of see, once you set a goal and you achieve it, it becomes easier because you're like, I've been here before. I can do this. I have the skills. I'm able to do this. So in order for me to have 600 points, I need to score basically a match win in 2 more of the monthly matches between now and April, the end of the season. Definitely doable. It's going to be a challenge, and that's what goals are supposed to be. They're supposed to stretch you. They're supposed to challenge you. So chances are I will qualify for nationals, and I want to attend nationals this year and place in the top 20% of competitors. Now I have a screenshot over here of my current position in the NRL 22. This is as of December. I'm 47th in open class and 560th in base class. I don't really pay attention very much to the base class scores. But basically the top 150 shooters or so get invited to nationals. So I'm in the top third as of right now. So if I make it to nationals and my score position hasn't changed, I'll be in the top third, and I want to finish in the top fifth, so top 20%. So I'm keeping that stretch goal for placing higher than I have throughout the season. So I'm always striving towards something. So now here's something that I have been keeping from you a little bit and haven't brought you content on, but there's definitely going to be content in the future. I have been shooting American Rimfire Association bench rest at 50 yards. And this is a totally different ball game, and it's a lot of fun, but it's completely different than the NRL 22 content that you've kind of come to this channel for. But I will be bringing you in this season, 2024 season, I will be bringing you match footage from that as well. Totally different game, a lot going on, but I competed in 7 matches last year, and I have some goals. It might be hard to see on the screen, but I have some of my scores from those matches up there. I actually ended up finishing second in the state by the narrowest of margins out of the matches that I competed in. And don't get me wrong, I'm really proud of that second place, but it was by the hair of my chinny chin chin, and I really didn't know what I was doing. A huge learning curve. It might sound like the same sport in terms of it's both 22 long rifle. However, there's a lot more that goes into it. So let's talk about my goals for ARA. So in the 2024 bench rest season, I want to achieve a single target score of greater than 2,200 points. The maximum target score is 2,500, would be a perfect score. My last year's high target was 2,100 with 9 X's. So is it a specific goal? Yes. Is it measurable? Absolutely. Is it achievable? I'm not too far off. And of course, if I hit this target, I want to have stretch goals. But you'll find that as you get higher and higher in anything, as that last little bump over the line is extremely difficult. So I'm not aiming for 2,500s. I just want to continuously improve my scores. Also, I have my best aggregate match score last year was 1912.5 points. So 1,912 points and a half points. And that's the aggregate, that's the average of all your targets during a match, whether it be 4 cards or 6 cards. And if you don't know anything about what I'm talking about, I'm going to explain it in future videos. So I want to achieve an aggregate match score above 2,000 points. And I have a goal for YouTube. I want to reach 10,000 subscribers this year. So we're about halfway there. So I'd like to double the channel this year. So that's up to you guys. It's up to me for putting out content that you guys want to watch. So I'm always looking for video ideas, suggestions, or anything like that. But I set a goal for myself to double the size of this channel so I can bring you more content so that you can score more points. So let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But what are your goals? Hold yourself accountable. Put some goals in the comments. We'll come back to this video in about a year and see where I ended up, and maybe you'll see where you ended up if you commented on this video. But hold yourself accountable, put it in writing, and make your goals SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time sensitive. I'll see you guys in the next one.